Thank you, Mike. And we are learning new details about the deadly shooting at the Hobby Lobby headquarters yesterday.
We are back again with another event, another shooting at the Hobby Lobby this time. And they are making another big deal out of this one. So let's see where this takes us.
We now know the name of the victim shot and killed by a co-worker and the name of the man police say pulled the trigger. News 4's Adria Goins has been looking into this for us today. She's joining us live with details. Adria, such a tragedy.
Yeah, it certainly is, Kevin.
Once again, we have a tragedy or a play, and her name is Adria Goins. Adria means, once again, dark water or dark sea. Goins is a derivative of Gowan, and that means descendant of the Smith. Smith means vortex. The vortex is the volcano, the Vulcan, the blacksmith.
The victim has been identified as 69-year-old Douglas Smith.
His name is Douglas Smith. He was 69. 69 refers to the balance, the yin-yang. Douglas again refers to black water, which is the cerebrospinal fluid that we referred to in the birthday shooting. And his last name was Smith, so his name is identical to her name. I'm just going to clarify that cerebrospinal fluid is clear by nature, and the term dark water refers to emotions or dark negative emotions that have not been healed. So it's not literally dark water, it's figuratively dark water, meaning that your water is carrying dark or negative emotions up and down the spine.
That suspect, 32-year-old Dominique Thompson.
So the victim's name was Dominique Thompson. Dominique just means of the Lord, and Thompson means twin.
Police say the two men got into an argument moments before the shooting started.
Employees we spoke to who did not want to go on camera say the feeling at work.
So this is the Hobby Lobby Distribution Center, and the number is 3700. 37, that's 3 sevens for heaven. Hobby Lobby is a very strange kind of code because hobby refers to something you do in your spare time that doesn't really lead anywhere. However, hobby is also derivative of Robert, and Robert means shining one. Lobby means entrance hall, hallway, vestibule, foyer, waiting room, or passage. So it can mean a hallway or it can mean a waiting room. Based on the context of the rest of the story, I take this to mean that the Hobby Lobby references the head. The head being the distribution center for thoughts. And the address for the distribution center was 3700, which is 3 sevens or heaven. All thoughts originate in the head and are carried up and down the cerebrospinal fluid, the messenger of the gods. The cerebrospinal fluid that goes up the spine distributes in proportion to either your positive living or your negative living. In direct proportion will distribute positive or negative charge throughout your body to make you healthy or make you sick.
Thursday was eerie, one day after losing a co-worker. One man saying he knew Douglas Smith, who was head of conveyor maintenance.
Of course he was head of conveyor maintenance. He is the messenger. He is carrying the message from the head to the body. He's distributing on the conveyor belt the messages throughout the spine, up and down the spine.
For the company, McIntyre Law Chopper 4 showing a tense scene Wednesday night. Police cars and emergency vehicles swarming the site of a shooting, initially thought to be an active shooter.
So this happened on Wednesday, March 1st, 2023, which is 3 and 1 are 4. 2023 is 7, that's 11. 11 represents the twin pillars.
What they learned initially on the scene was that we had an employee come in to speak to a manager. An altercation began. It got heated.
Police say the employee pulled out a gun and shot Smith, who died on the scene. He took off in a red Dodge Challenger.
Red is the lower mind, and Challenger, he's challenging, he's fighting to stay in the lower mind.
Trooper Eric Foster says law enforcement soon received word the suspect was heading north on I-35.
Okay, so it sounds like he's trying to force the ascension by heading north on I-35. 35 is 8. I would represent the pillar.
So we had troopers completely stationed I-35 all the way to the Kansas border.
The troopers stationed along the highway of the I-35 represent the vertebrae of the spine. Eric means ruler or straight line, and Foster means to protect or to feed or nourish. Kansas is a reference to Norfolk or Norfolk because Kansas means wind people, and wind means air in motion, or tornado, which is vortex. Vortex is in the north, and that is why it's Norfolk. North people, wind people. That's why Dorothy got caught up in the tornado in The Wizard of Oz. By contrast, Oklahoma means red people, people of the South. He said that he had troopers all along the I-35 to the border of Kansas, and the border between the red and the blue, or the red being the red people and the wind people, the people of the North and the people of the South. This border represents the intersection.
Foster says Thompson was spotted at a gas station off I-35 near the Stillwater exit.
So here is a map showing that the I-35 is running north. Highway 33 runs perpendicular. Guthrie means windy place. Stillwater has to do with non-salinated water, which is to do with the cerebral spinal fluid. And Kingfisher refers to being a fisher of kings or a fisher of men. And Highway 33 is referencing the 33 vertebrae of the spine, Christ consciousness. However, it's going the wrong direction. It's going sideways as opposed to up and down.
He took off south, turned off on Highway 33 in Guthrie, with half a dozen agencies trying to stop him.
Okay, so first he went north, then he went south, and he stopped at Guthrie, the windy place, and got off to go on Highway 33. And the troopers were trying to stop him at 33. So he was going the wrong way. He turned around to try to go back the right way, and he got stopped.
The vehicle was traveling at times at 100 miles an hour, is back and forth.
The suspect crashed in a field off Highway 33.
So he crashed at Highway 33. By the sounds of it, he never even got on the highway.
And was quickly surrounded. Foster says troopers tried to communicate with Thompson, but never got a response.
This is the defining moment for me in this video because Thompson is twin, and maybe I'm taking it too literally, the map layout, because the patrolmen are protectors and they represent the spine. However, when you get to the top of the spine, the point at which the tree of life turns into the tree of good and evil, this is the point at which it turns into Pontius Pilate, the PP, the power pole, the vortex. This is why he stopped in Guthrie, the windy city. The vortex is the power pole. And so the police, or the PP, the popo, the police, the cop, the copper top, they were trying to stop him. They stop him at the top of the spine. And so they stopped him from going on to the spine, the 33 path, because he's red. He's all red. He's in a red Challenger. He's stuck in Oklahoma because he's red man, and he cannot cross the border. So he's in the lower mind. The police are protecting him, because if you cross the border, if you try to force the awakening and you try to cross the border without doing the work and you are not grounded, you could die. So they're protecting him. He's not ready to ascend. Unfortunately, they couldn't reach him. They couldn't get the message to him, and so he died. This is not figurative. This is literal. If you try to force the awakening and you're not ready, if you aren't grounded, if you haven't done the work and you try to go through the 88 gate, you will die. This is a battery situation. It's the copper top. The copper top is the Duracell battery. And so at the top of the battery, you have the three wires in a charge. You have the red wire, the black wire, and the grounding wire. And if you do not have the grounding wire and you are touched by the finger of God, you will electrocute yourself. That's what this represents. You have to be grounded. You have to have done the work. You have to be balanced. And he wasn't balanced. He was on the wrong pillar. He was on the I-35. He wasn't on the 33 path. But that's what this means, is he was on the wrong pillar, he was on the wrong path, he had not done the work, he was trying to force the awakening, and he was not allowed to ascend. He was stopped at the top of the spine by the PP, by the power pole. He was not allowed to cross the border.
Once they got to his car, with the help of an armored truck, law enforcement realized he was dead.
Oh, we still don't know what led to that argument or what the two were fighting about,
I just wanted you to notice her hand sign.
or how that suspect died. Now, today we did hear from David Green, the CEO of Hobby Lobby. In a statement, he said,
The CEO of Hobby Lobby, the head or the chief of Hobby Lobby, is David Green. Now, David represents the merging of the male and female, as in the Star of David, and green represents heart chakra, the serpent kundalini energy at the North Pole.
our Hobby Lobby family mourns the loss of a valued and respected employee, Doug Smith, to a senseless and devastating act of violence. Our hearts are broken.
So then, Adria, do we know anything about security at Hobby Lobby? The person was able to go inside.
Yeah, we do. Today we did talk to employees. They tell us the doors are locked and no one can get in from the outside unless they have a badge.
So now the doors are locked. Nobody can access the Hobby Lobby without a badge. And a badge is an indication of belonging. It's a sign that you are a member. So this means that the messages can be distributed from the head throughout the body, but you cannot get back in. So rising back up the spine to the head, you can't access it. You can't cross the border. You're not allowed in without being a member, which means you have to have done the work.
Adria, thank you for following that for us. Sad case there.
If you like this video, please show your support for my channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute. Contributions over $15 will receive a link to the Johnny Depp Dark Shadows material, so please be sure to include your email address. Kindly visit my website, subscribe to my backup channels, join the Discord group. All links are in the description box below. Thanks for listening. Hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.